The corporate media is lying to you about legislation that could change how news is shared on social media. This is a big lie, isn't it?
It is.
You've done a couple of stories on this. I love your take on it. Tell us in your word, what is your take on how the media is again hustling the American public?
Well, they've been pushing actually several different pieces of legislation. The big one, the official name of it, the Journalism Competition and Preservation Act. And we've talked about that plenty of times, but basically what it's going to do is allow these big news conglomerates who have already formed a consortium to go to the social media outlets and say, listen, you're going to share our stuff, but we're going to give you a good percentage of the profit. And that gives you more incentive to share our stuff instead of sharing independent media outlets who cannot afford what we can afford.
They're already doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. When you watch this segment, then off to the side and you look at what are the related segments, MSNBC, CNN, NBC, ABC, no independence. As a matter of fact, if we're talking about a topic that has nothing to do with that little line of related stories, it doesn't make any difference.
Right.
It makes no difference. First of all, the media isn't covering those kind of stories. Second of all, they don't care. They're going to push MSNBC in front of right after you watch this, they're going to pop up MSNBC, they're going to pop up CNN. So it's already happening. This makes it worse though, doesn't it?
It really does. This gives social media companies an even greater financial incentive, not just on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter could also be affected, to push these stories. And it all comes back down to the money.
Yeah.
The money is what's driving this because these groups know whether it's Sinclair Broadcasting, that's a major player in the JCPA, whether it's, Gannett, all these other outlets, they banded together because they have the money to do it.
Irony,
and nobody else can fight that.
The irony is here, they've destroyed corporate media.
Yeah.
They have completely destroyed corporate media. I mean, look, if you're 20, 25, 30 years old, you don't even watch news anymore. You go on social media. So they said, okay, we've destroyed television media. Let's now move to social media and see if we can destroy that too. That's kind of where this. Farron, I didn't quite understand. I did a quick read of the Earn It Act. Can you put that in terms of something simple to understand?
It's a very complicated, complex thing where they're trying to root out exploitive images of children on the internet. But really what it is it's allowing corporate media outlets to kind of have the reins on what can and cannot fly on social media. Mm-hmm. So if they can come out there and say, oh, well, listen, hey, you got this story floating around, this looks a little bad from an independent outlet, they can effectively kill it and get it pulled off of these social media outlets. It's putting the corporate media in the driver's seat of basically, I don't want to call it censorship. Well, I guess it is censorship.
It is censorship.
And so they get to be the drivers of it.
But they pick the issue, say, oh, this is all about child pornography. No, it's not.
Right.
That's the cover. And then after they get past the cover, then they really pull the trigger, which is, we're not going to let people say what we don't want them to say, basically.
Well, and it's, we run into that all the time because we've done a lot of videos on the human trafficking crisis.
Yeah, since I'm handling those cases all over the country.
And now that I've mentioned that, there's a good chance this video will get demonetized and shared less on YouTube because even mentioning it, the opioid crisis was another one. If you talk about that, they will punish
this law firm initiated. We started the opioid litigation right here in this law firm.
Exactly. Two major issues that we're in the forefront on, and we can't even talk about them.
Our first three stories disappeared when we were talking about McKesson and Cardinal and CVS and Walgreens and Walmart and how they were murdering Americans and 150 Americans were dying a day. They made those stories disappear.
They did.
Corporate media didn't tell the story because all those people I just named, they're advertisers.